If you're looking for a longer term solution to stay out of pain, to move better and have a spine that's going to last into your later years and that's based on the best evidence, we need to look at overall spinal correction, not just patching up a problem with a short-term band-aid. This means having the combination of healthy movement, function, along with optimal loading of the spine through proper posture and position. Now, spinal correction aims to restore the spine back towards its healthiest alignment. And from what we know with the current research, this reduces the overall stress and energy required to stay upright, allowing us to move with ease. It's also an important consideration when we look at how fast the spine ages, as well as how the brain can communicate with the rest of the body. That's why proper posture and correct spinal curvatures play an important role in your overall health. So when changing the spine alignment, we need to address muscles, ligaments, and joints, and then how they all work together. Ultimately, this is done through a combination of adjustments, specific exercises, as well as using spinal orthotics such as Adaptable. So first of all, let's have a look at how the adjustments helps with this process. With sustained poor function of the spine, spinal segments start to get stiff and stuck. And this stiffness reduces the health of the joint because movement is needed for discs and joints to stay healthy. When these structures don't move, the discs dry out, the joints develop scar tissue, and the muscles that surround the spine that sense and stabilize that joint become fibrotic and stiff. The more this stiffness, the more brittle and stiff it feels, leading to the brain having difficulty controlling the area and recruiting a lot of the larger, bulkier muscles which develop into spasm, tightness, and ultimately is going to lead to pain. An adjustment is essentially like a reset switch to this system by restoring the movement back to that area, stretching those stiff and fibrotic muscles, allowing them to function, stretch, and contract again, then allowing the discs and the joints to hydrate and start to slide and lubricate the surfaces, then allowing the brain to sense what is happening there again. There's a fair bit more than just a crack, right? So you can expect after an adjustment to feel freer, feel looser, feel less tight. And over time, this leads to less pain and a healthier spine. The adjustment has a dose, and what that means is just like exercise, it needs to be repeated at specific time intervals over time to have a longer lasting effect. So just like training for a marathon, unfortunately, we can't just go for a single run and know that we're going to be right to race. Secondly, exercises. And these exercises are going to support the adjustment. I'm going to teach you how to do these more regularly at home to get faster improvements and get you back to what you've been missing out on. The prescribed exercises allow the body to hold the improvements from your adjustment for longer and to build condition back into the spinal muscles and joints. Now, once we've got those joints moving, the muscles switching on properly, we can then use exercise to help these muscles stay switched on and to help them get stronger in their new desired position. Everybody's slightly different, so your chiropractor is going to spend some time one-on-one running through with you the specific exercises that you need. And finally, the most crucial step, particularly when it comes to measuring correction via X-ray, is the use of spinal orthotics to remodel the ligaments of the spine and joint position. Ligaments are very rigid. They don't stretch very easily. Where a muscle can be stretched in, say, 30 seconds, ligaments require longer than 13 minutes at their stretch point to lengthen and remodel and change shape. As with most things in life, there's no such thing as a quick fix, and spinal disorders and correction require healing over time. Correction of these abnormal curves can take anywhere from 3 months all the way out to 3 years. But the good news is once you've achieved improvement, it's very easy to maintain that improvement. Once we get to that point of correction, we can then talk through the steps to keep things right.